Hey guys, Mike the Vike here, back for yet another Rust update video. This week we actually have a pretty darn solid amount of changes, so let's take a look. The first thing they've added this week is the flame turret. This is a new addition to sort of a automated sentry which you can have functioning in your base. This one of course does have a flamethrower attached to it, which is fairly deadly. The main difference between the flame turrets and the sentry turret is the fact that the sentry turret can be heard from kind of far away, or at least a lot further away than the flamethrowers. So of course with this thing you'll know when it's in the area. You could still get surprised by it, but not really. The main advantage the sentry turret has is it has range, it's got a gun on it. Whereas these flame turrets really are only effective for very short or close quarter distances. Here's an example. If I'm just a regular player, they still have not detected me, and here we go, now they have. The way that these work is once they've detected somebody in their vicinity, they will stay turned on for another 5 seconds, and if nobody's there then they'll just turn off. Now once you start taking damage from one of these, your movement is impaired and you're kinda done for a little bit. In terms of cost, it is 15 high qual, 5 metal pipes, 5 empty propanes, and 3 gears, which is certainly a heck of a lot cheaper than the auto turret, which is a targeting computer and CCTV camera, plus all the high qual. So you could kind of say that this is a progressional thing. You know, first you start with the flame turret, then you work your way up to the auto. They also did things a little bit differently regarding authorization with the new turret. So with the sentry turret, you had to go up to it and authorize yourself, and then it wouldn't shoot you. The way that they've done this one is it will go by whether or not you have authorized on the tool cupboard. I definitely prefer the tool cupboard method over the individual authorization thing. This is just so much easier. You grab one TC and now all your turrets won't kill you. So what's the use for these flame turrets if they're so poor at range, and probably a sentry turret would do the same? Well, I guess the main thing would be element of surprise. You're kind of able to block off very particular corridors in your base, maybe with some flame turrets, whereas the sentry you can kind of use in your outer hallways and maybe courtyards and stuff like that. These are kind of more indoor purposed, I think. Whether or not these things are over or underpowered, we will only find out in time, so let's just see what happens. The next thing they've added are the Tunic wall lamps. These are pretty darn self-explanatory. You just put low grade in them and they will run inside your base. Thankfully these lamps are very, very inexpensive. 10 low grade, 20 wood, and an empty tuna can. This is something that's been really needed in the game for a long time. Just like a nice way to keep your house really nicely lit at night. Definitely decent alternative to just having campfires everywhere. So this is looking quite cool. They also made another change regarding tool cupboards. In the past, if you had ceiling lights outside your base, random people could just go up to them, check the inventory, and steal the low grade. Now they've made it so people only with authorization on the tool cupboard can access that. So I just de-authed myself, and now if I go up to these lamps, I cannot interact with them at all. I definitely think this is a fantastic change, because yeah, it was kind of annoying that everybody would just steal your low grade. They also went ahead and made ammo on vanilla servers stack to 128 instead of 64. This is definitely a massive improvement for those vanilla players. 64 was just too darn small. I have it on 250 on my server, but it's modded, so whatever. Anyways, great change. The next thing they changed is they made a fairly significant reduction to the cost of the more exotic signs in the game, such as the large banner and stuff like that. The costs have been reduced anywhere from a quarter the cost to half the cost, so if you're interested in this kind of thing, definitely go take a look. The next thing that they changed is they removed ownership from items. In the past, from the XP system, if you clicked on an item, you would see who owned certain chunks of it. So if 125 rounds out of this stack were made by like a friend of mine, it would show that half were his and half were mine, which is a kind of neat feature, but they decided to take it out since the XP system is gone. Apparently this is an optimization thing and there's better performance. I'll take that any day over just like a little stat thing. The next thing that they've changed is they have significantly reduced loading times. However, the only time that they've changed is if you have already joined that server before. Basically, the first time you join that server, you're going to get the full, whatever, 2-minute loading time. But once you've already loaded up that map a full time once, for the rest of that wipe, your loading time should be pretty darn quick. That's it for major changes that are in the game this week. There were a few other things, but I don't think they're worth mentioning. Now let's take a look at some of the concept art and things that aren't in the game yet. The first thing we get to look at is the modular pipes that they're working on. The way that these would work is they're going to design a whole bunch of different modular pipes, electric installations, air ducts, valves, gauges, just a whole bunch of different things. And instead of just designing one specific design for them, like only one layout for them, they're trying to make it so that the layout can be random on each seed, presumably, so that they can plant these things all around the bunkers or the tunnels, and each time you go there, it should look a little bit different on each server, or at least that's how I interpret that. Anyways, it sounds good to me, definitely a lot better than plain walls. The next thing is an update on the heavy plate armor. This unfortunately is not in the game yet, but it looks like the high poly texture is ready to go. Now he just has to work on LODs and a few other things, and hopefully we should see this in the game maybe next week. I don't know, I hope so. And that's actually everything for this week's Rust update. Overall, not too bad. I love the cheaper turret thing. And probably my favorite is the wall lamps. I've been wanting that in the game for a really long time. Anyways, this was of course recorded on my Rust server. It's a 2x modded server with TP kits and a whole bunch of other stuff. Overall, just an easier Rust experience. If you're interested in joining, there's information on how to do so in the description. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. That helps the channel a lot, and, you know, just a nice way to show your support. Also, if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. We are awfully close to 100K. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.